It's appropriate that we get this gospel today about the question of, is it lawful to cure on the Sabbath or not? Because St. Martin de Porres is known as the patron saint, among other things, of healers, also of veterinarians. What's interesting is that he has this title even though, because of his circumstances, he was trained by a barber. So St. Martin de Porres was from Peru. He was mixed race, and I forget which one of his parents was African and one of them was a native of Peru. And he entered the Dominicans, but because of his status, at best he was just a servant for the community. So he had studied with a barber, and in those days the barbers were trained what to do to help prevent bleeding. And that was about the extent of his medical knowledge. Yet, Martin de Porres he made himself available to anybody in the city who he could help, even with this little bit of knowledge. We would not consider it medical knowledge anywhere near scientific, medical by today's standards. And maybe even by the standards of the time in the 1600s, it wasn't much. But it was what he knew how to do, and it was helpful. And I think that's a really powerful example of what Jesus asks of us. It may not be much. People may look down on what our abilities are, the little we have to offer. But what Martin de Porres teaches us is even that little is helpful, and it's beautiful in the eyes of Jesus. It's our best gift that we can offer to the Lord. As we do at each Mass, we're going to take very humble elements, bread and wine, and somehow, through the power of the Holy Spirit, they get transformed into the body and blood that give us life. Our invitation is to place spiritually whatever we have to offer, as humble as it may be, our abilities, our talents, our offerings, on that paten, in that chalice with the bread and the wine. And pray that as humble as they are, our offerings would be transformed also and help give life to the world.